In this heavy chest we have the world's first anti-gravity metal. Down, boy. Scientists call it a phosphoric butyl ecahedron of axium disulfide. We call it obsidium.
Obsidium?
Indeed, it's pure diamondium. Nothing in the universe can fracture diamondium, not even God 1 and God 2 put together.
What do you call this material?
Well, its real name has 37 syllables. I call it unobtainium.
Yeah. Unobtainium.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got the greatest job in the solar system. As long as the turbinium keeps flowing, I can do anything I want.
What's feminine?
It's the metal that we make the bracelets from.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, you wouldn't have. There's only one source of it in the whole world.
Oh, I think I found another piece of magnesium.
You did?
I'm sorry. This is just a piece of elephantanium.
Elephantanium? Well, what's it do?
Capture that creature and return the Illudium Q-36 explosive space modulator.
I need the Balthorium from the Nova bomb to power my equipment.
Computer, can it be repaired?
Damage to beryllium sphere, irreparable. New source of beryllium must be secured.
We need another one.
I'm searching for a very elusive and secret substance.
Raritanium?
What have you been using?
Deuterium. 1 milligram. Drawn directly from the spectrum of the sun.
Now who can tell me the atomic weight of polonium?
Ooh, delicious?
Correct.
The super heavy element 312 or governmentium.
Scientists announced today the discovery of a new element. They're calling it Slobodium. Does it actually move?
The fools! That stone is impervium, the lost element of Dimension X.
What makes this impervium so valuable?
It's the hardest known substance in the entire galaxy.
Yeah, NASA's been experimenting with Iridium as a long-term power source for deep space probes. Problem is, it's inherently unstable. It's most easily suited as a high-yield explosive.
This new bomb is based on quodium, which is 100 times more powerful than hydrogen.
In fact, my father uses an H-bomb just to trigger this one off.
Ha ha. It just so happens that thanks to science, we're finally starting to understand atmospherium. Did you know there's enough atmospherium in 1 teaspoon to go to the moon and back 6 times?
Your explanations are pure weapons-grade balonium.
There's a substance called Trillium-D.
I've heard of it. It's extremely rare.
Did you say McClary?
Sounds like a good name to me.
What's so important about Blazium?
Blazium? Well, gram for gram, it's the most powerful explosive ever developed. It's the Holy Grail. Transformium. That's what we're calling it.
This material, indispensable for the latest technology, was called Visorium.
Phesium?
Nuclear fuel mist. We use it to power sky-based spaceships, practically everything.
How dangerous is it, this radiation?
Safe enough for a short time. Stay here too long, though, and, well, it builds up.
Sunium is the rarest substance in the galaxy, found only in one location.
Zoom.
We're one of the only 2 planets with a rich seam of monopasium-239.
Oh, monopasium-239. No wonder your workers die.
I'm picking up trace readings of corrodium. It's a high-energy mineral, not naturally found on Earth. It's a powerful energy source that's very unpredictable.
Sensors gave us an unusually rich pergeum reading. Not only pergeum, whatever you want. Uranium, cerium, platinum.
And our flyby sensor picked up traces of deridium.
Byproduct of quantium-40.
Usually, we need that verified.
They were scanning for signature particles of a compound called trilithium.
Trilithium?
Yes, an experimental compound the Romulans have been working on. Trilithium is a nuclear inhibitor. In theory, it could stop all fusion within a star.
So, you can imagine our surprise when our investigation revealed that your ship is powered by dilithium, which our scientists tell us is convertible into trilithium.
What about paralithium? It's used as a fuel for some ion-based propulsion systems, and it can be converted into trilithium.
How the blazes do we do that?
Pionesium!
Pionesium?
A rare metal found on the airless planet of Mogar. Exposed to oxygenated air, it releases incredibly intense light and carbon dioxide.
The geology was comprised primarily of Beerium ore. The thermoshock would have created a radioactive cloud that probably covered the northern hemisphere.
You see?
All the rocks around here contain a bit of Ethereum. Really?
Yes. We must hope that this planet, this Earth, contains that rarest of all radioactive elements, atmospherium.
It contains randomonium, which this book says is the critical ingredient needed to make monsters.
Yes, Kasha has the only deposits of refinable thinkilium, a rare metal that we must have for the propulsion system of the Saturn 12.
You've obviously never heard of Balthorium-G.
Well, what about it?
Balthorium-G has a radioactive half-life of 93 years.
The wait is over. This, my friends, is my freeze ray, which, with the addition of the wonderflonium I obtained at my famously successful heist last week.
And today I've got a DCU video on promethium.
An element that's essential to our mechanical operation is deteriorating.
Then we must replace it.
If only we could. The element is cybertonium, and it doesn't exist on Earth.
This is where you show what you're really made of.
In my case, it's a rare metal. It's called ephradium. It's yellow, tastes like chicken.
A metal compound so strong that you will be able to withstand virtually anything. It's called adamantium.
The success of our project is dependent upon our locating a specific mineral, isanium. Isanium? I've never even heard of it. Not surprised, very few people have.
It's from the market on this asteroid bazaar. It's made of, what's it called?
Bezulium.
Bezulium. When it gets cold, yeah, it means it's gonna rain. When it's hot, it's gonna be sunny. You can use it to tell the weather.
You know what's in that container, Peter? It's trinium. Don't be alarmed now, completely harmless.
Don't touch it! That's unstable destronium. Moving at high speed makes it incredibly volatile. If it were to detonate, it could wipe out half of Detroit.
Mendesium. Enough said.
Someday you will realize that you haven't even scratched the possibilities of Radium X, and I'm still the only man to control it fully.
Madam President, Tillium ore is extremely rare. If we don't find any, how long before the fleet runs out of fuel?
But there is enough deuteronium. We might even have a little extra.
I doubt it.
As a wise man once wrote, nature decays, but latinum lasts forever.
Pre-assembled masonry panels. That was a code word we used a few months back to identify shipments of neutronium.
What's with these disappearing clefts?
Well, I've discovered a new rare element I call bombastium. At first, I thought it was a popsicle that glowed in the dark. But when I applied power to it, it disappeared.
What is that? That's palladium, 0.15 grams.
Maybe like a lightning conductor or dilithium. Oh.
Metal is bronzium. I didn't think it existed, but my God, here it is. The ancient Chinese believed this was the very stuff the universe was formed of.
No, wait! First, we must power up on strontium-90.
We'll have to get more up from Earth.
The X-ray laser gun, the main armament of the wheel, relies on beryllium.
Do you think there's a connection?
I am sure that the theft of the capsidium crystals has something to do with raising the technodrome.
This is a solium radiation device.
Solium?
You know about it. Enough to know that it's deadly. Once in fission, it creates intense radiation. It destroys living tissue instantly.
I didn't know Slaben was lethal.
It usually isn't.
Toward the solium storage tanks.
And if it reaches them, we go up like a supernova.
Scientists announced today the discovery of a new element. They're calling it turbonium. My practical applications are still...
So what is it already?
It's a single atom of jumbonium, an element so rare the nucleus alone is worth more than $50,000.
How much more?
100,000.
This is why we're here. Unobtainium. Because this little gray rock sells for 20 million a kilo.
Computer, acoustium. A new alloy that amplifies sound vibrations.
What's it made of?
Vibranium. It's stronger than steel and a third the weight. It's completely vibration absorbent.
I already know. Synothium, the fuel that powers the suit.
No. Oh, man. I never understand anything.
This is a kinetic kill sidewinder vehicle with a secondary cyclotrimethylene trinitramine RDX burst. It's capable of busting the bunker under the bunker you just busted.
Oh, they've encased him in carbonite. He should be quite well protected. If he survived the freezing process, that is.
Here's a pretty thing. Mithril. As light as a feather, and as hard as dragon scales.
They found 39 ingots of orichalcum.
You mean more advanced than you are?
Yes, a mimetic polyalloy.
What the hell does that mean?
Mr. Checkout, what do you make of this?
Oh, quadrotriticale. I've read about this, but I've never seen any before.
What is it?
Just a piece of paper. My formula for molecular nitramine. And technically, we're not even sure it works.
Oh yes, what's it called? Cesium, francolithic, mixy, albidium, rixy, dixy, doxy, dexy, droxide.